Remake Rewind.
All right, thank you for listening to Remake Rewind, the podcast where we decide if remakes or reboots should have happened. I'm Mike, as always. With me, I've got Dustin. How you doing, Dustin?
Hey, I'm doing all right.
And Double D. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, Mike. What's up? Hey, Dustin.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, good.
Good. We're all good.
Well, yeah.
So, Double D, this week, you made us watch Clash of the Titans from
I did,
1981
I apologize.
and Clash of the Titans from 2010. Why did you pick these movies?
I don't know. I was looking through the list of remakes, and I saw Clash of the Titans. I was like, oh, I think I liked that movie. And then we watched them again, and I didn't like those movies.
So, should we just dive into it? Is there anything you guys want to, set up for this episode, or should we just go into it?
I think we just gotta go. We gotta get the way out is the way through.
Got it.
we gotta go for it
So, Dustin, why don't you summarize this first movie for us?
because I don't want to. Let me see what we got here. We got a quick one, thank God. Perseus is the favored son of the god Zeus, but he has unwittingly ticked off the sea goddess Thetis. Just to make things worse, Perseus falls in love with the lovely princess Andromeda. That's why he did it, just to make things worse. Who used to be engaged to Thetis' son. Soon, Perseus is off on one quest after another, with Zeus helping, Thetis hindering, and lots of innocent bystanders getting stabbed, drowned, and squished.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's the storyline. The first storyline, according to IMDb.
Okay. Well,
That was from
I suppose.
Anthony Pereira, hypersonic91 at yahoo.com, if you want to email him.
It's on there. You might as well.
all right. So, the thing about this movie is I remember watching this movie kind of as a kid. I know my dad loved this movie. And I remember the special effects in it, and I thought this was like a 50s or 60s Jason
Me
and
too.
the Argonauts,
Yeah, we were just talking about
Sinbad
that,
kind of movie.
In
And this
which
was made in
case it-
1981.
1981.
By this point, Aliens has already been made. Two Star Wars movies have already been made. But I think the reasoning is this is actually a British movie, a joint British-American movie. And, even today, British movies, when you look at, special effects, even just European movies, are well behind what Americans are doing at any given time. So I think that's
Didn't
part
they
of it.
do a lot of those, effects and stuff in
No, those are
England
still,
on Star
American.
Wars?
Well, they
They were,
shot
on location
there, but
there, on, sound stages and stuff, right?
yeah,
they
but
know
it was still
how
an
to
American
do it.
movie. Well, no, it's still an American movie, an American production company.
Yeah, I get
Where
it.
this was a British production company with mostly British actors and one random American, Harry Hamlin, who's in all the Law and Order shows.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh,
I mean,
so
I just don't
bad.
want to paint with that. I don't want to paint with that broad of a brush, saying that British people don't know how to make special effects.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
not
think
saying
the
that they
ones
don't
that
know
made
how.
this
if you,
movie know how.
well, no,
to
I
do
mean,
it.
if you look at European movies in general, even their action movies and stuff, they don't have as much special effects and production value as American movies. That's just they don't pump as much money into their movies as we do.
Right.
There is no such thing as the most expensive European movie ever made now is that Valerian movie that came out this year, and that's the first movie ever to break make more or cost more than $100 million or something crazy like that. They don't pump money into their movies. It's not what's important to them. They let the Americans do that.
Well,
but this movie,
It's important to
God,
us, Michael.
It is important to. I mean, I
There's
like
a
I like a
podcast
spectacle
that we're doing about movies.
Exactly. But the thing that I think drives me crazy about this is Calibos, the guy who is Thetis' son,
yeah.
and one of the main the main protagonist of the first half of the movie. When you look up close to him, he's a guy in a mask and a
Yeah,
costume.
and a mask,
but on
and
wide
he's got a bunch
shots,
of makeup.
on wide shots, he's a
Claymation.
stop motion puppet thing. Why?
Easily could have just put a tail on him and called it a day.
Right. I don't understand
I thought
why
it
they
was
would do that.
seamless. I couldn't tell you.
So Double D, why don't you just give us the highlights of this movie?
I thought this movie was a love story between Perseus and Andromeda, right? So Perseus wants to save Andromeda, and what's her mom, Cassiopeia, calls her beautiful, and Thetis gets mad, and then she says she's gonna sacrifice her, or they have to sacrifice her within 30 days to the Kraken,
which is pretty generous amount of time.
Yeah,
That's
30
a
days
long
is
time.
nuts, and they just barely cut the deadline too.
I think that's enough time to say your goodbyes and sacrifice.
30 days is a long time to know you're gonna die.
Yeah. Well, the
You
thing
can get
about
all your affairs in order, and
Get your will.
gracefully be sacrificed.
But anyway, Perseus has to
well,
find
and
a
she
way
had to be a
uh,
virgin too, because they were
kill the
about to get
Kraken somehow.
married.
Oh yeah,
And they were about to get married, and it's like she needs to be impure. No, she needs to be pure, untouched by man, just so Perseus couldn't get his dick wet beforehand, just to piss him off.
what
But
a cock block.
the problem with this movie is it seemed like it was 2 full movies mashed into one. So, like half the movie is him trying to figure out what the riddle is going to be and defeating Calibos so he can actually meet Andromeda.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they meet, he's like, "Oh, I'm super in love with you." And he has this like super creepy exchange where he's like, "I've spent some time with you before," because she's like, "I don't even know you," and he's like, "I've spent time with you," and she's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I saw you sleeping once, and I knew that I was in love with you from then on, and there's nothing I can do," or something along those lines. Like, it's super creepy what he actually says. I think I wrote it down, but
I thought you said you saw her in a dream or something.
No, he
No,
said
I
he
think
watched
he
her
was
sleep.
like
He
lurked on her. He saw her sleeping.
He totally lurked on her. He used his his helmet that makes him go
Yeah.
invisible.
That's right.
Wait, why did that helmet have eye holes if he never used them?
Fuck, dude, I don't know.
It just was over his hair.
Well,
So he goes,
I think more important to make you invisible, right?
yeah.
It wasn't like a helmet for protecting your head.
No, it wasn't. So the thing, that helmet, what drove me crazy about it, so, it was cool, he made him invisible, and, his little footprints showed up in the dirt and stuff every time he walked around. That makes sense. What I had a problem with is that, like, he's fighting Calibos in the swamp at one point, right? And his helmet just, like, falls off. And he doesn't do anything to pick it up.
Strap.
Yeah, it definitely needs a chin strap because it's always falling off and like he drops it like 5 times in the movie before ultimately losing it. And what I think is funny is he's in a swamp that he's walking around in. The water's like ankle deep. The helmet falls while he's in the middle of fighting Calibos, and then it like zooms out and you see the helmet sink. And then later on in the movie, when he has to go and do his second quest, which is, go to the 3 witches, find out how to kill the Kraken, then go to Medusa, kill Medusa, and so on, right? Mm-hmm. Zeus goes to all the other gods and is like, "Hey, you guys need to give him more, like, go get his helmet back." And they're like, "Nope, no one's ever going to find it. It's lost." Like, you know exactly where it is.
Well, give him your owl then.
Right?
Well, it seems like none of them liked him very much.
Well, no, because Zeus is kind of a dick. So at the beginning of the movie, he's like, yelling and shouting about how like people are dickheads and everyone's a dickhead, and Calibos is the biggest dickhead because he killed like all the
That's when he's
all the
got like
winged horses.
little action figures of everyone.
And he starts crushing people. Yeah. Well, yeah. At the very beginning of the movie, he's like super going ragey because he like banged Perseus's mom, and the king like sent him and her into like a little crate out into the ocean to like have them be killed.
Yeah.
So he like literally like crushes like a figurine, and you see the guy's like, "Ah," and he like dies. And then he sends the Kraken to like destroy the city. So all the gods are like, "You should be nice. This guy's been like super faithful to you, and like he's built all these temples." And he's like, 1,000 good deeds don't get rid of one bad deed that really pisses me off. He's like basically saying like, "This one's personal, so fuck you guys. I don't care if he built you guys a temple. Fuck you." And like destroys an entire city over one man's actions
with great special effects.
With great oh my god, those special, like when the waves crash.
Like I guess like if these people know that the gods will like destroy an entire city if one of them gets like pissed off or whatever, like why is it such a big deal to sacrifice like one lady?
Well, that's
you're getting
the thing,
off pretty easy, right? Like it's
yeah.
just...
Well, yeah, especially that's true. Well, and the thing is, what's weird about this movie is, oh man,
You get what I'm saying, though, right? Like,
Yeah, I
they
do.
could say
You're
kill
right.
a whole town.
Well, the thing is, this
dude.
whole like all the gods are like show mercy, show mercy, show mercy, and then Calibos is a dickhead. Like he's like destroying things. He kills all the Pegasi.
Yeah.
And so Thetis is like show mercy because he was gonna kill him. So he turns him to that weird monster thing, and then Thetis just like teleports Perseus like halfway around the world to this new place, and like sets off these chain of events. So Zeus is like, I don't get why Zeus couldn't just like teleport him back and be like, hey, don't fuck with my son, guys. But no, instead he's like, all right, all of you guys got to give him something of yours. Just give him something that you guys like love, and give it to my son, who I've never met before. I've never talked about. Just give it to him.
He's got the sleds on.
Because I'm mad at you.
Right. And so he gets a shield, which the shield didn't seem like it was all that special other than he could talk to him through it. And he only did it once, and then it's super shiny. He got
It was
a
like a
sword.
shield phone.
He got a sword, which is like indestructible, and then he got a shield, the helmet, which he loses. And they're like, nope, it's in a swamp. We'll never find it. You guys are fucking gods. You should be able to find that goddamn
Gone
helmet.
forever, dude.
The helmet is gone.
Also, what kind of a boner loses a magic helmet of invisibility?
It doesn't
he looks
immediately look
confused
for it.
all the time.
No, this guy is always looking for you. That's just his face, though, I think.
It is, but it sets the tone of him being confused
In a
and lost.
constant state of confusion. And then
I
what
like-
was up with the robot owl?
So
Well.
the Bebo?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I think that was Athena, who's the goddess of wisdom. Her owl is supposed to be all-knowing, and Zeus is like, oh, you don't have another helmet? Just give him your fucking most prized possession, this sentient being, this
All-knowing,
owl who knows
all-seeing.
everything. And she's like, fuck that. So she goes to, I always forget his name, it's like Hephaestus or something like that.
Hephaestus
All right.
or
Hephaestus.
something like that.
Hephaestus, yeah. To build, he's the guy who actually like built the labyrinth and stuff, I believe. And he's like, just make a robot owl for him, and it's like, yeah, she makes like a little robot owl for him. And
Make
it's
a
pretty
robot
cool.
owl. This idiot will never know the difference.
Well, and it's just like it's
between
like
a robot owl and a
I think
real
they
owl.
totally stole like this from R2D2 because it makes like the
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
sounds, and then like he can understand it like no problem. He's just like, oh yeah, it's clear as day to me. And everyone else is like, fucking Perseus is fucking talking to this like beeping thing. What the fuck?
Is it magical?
Yeah, dude, it's the god's owl, man. It's got all the knowledge.
No, I know it's got all the knowledge, but I'm saying, like, does it run on batteries? Does it need to recharge? Like, it seemed to be like a clockwork kind of thing, or, mechanical.
I don't know. I
Maybe
wasn't
he just-
there.
Maybe he needed to be wound.
Maybe. I fucking don't know. So
Well, these are all questions I had, and it
I
bothered
didn't
me.
answer. Well, the thing that's so like going back to that helmet thing, like, Calibos could have totally killed Perseus. Like he's like walking around in the swamp and he looks down, he sees an alligator, and he's like, he does that stupid confused look that Double D was talking about, and his helmet just falls off while he's like looking down, and then like Calibos attacks him, and then like it doesn't look like he's winning the fight, but then it just like cuts to him going to the temple the next day,
Yeah.
He
answering the
cuts
riddle,
off
like
his hand.
throwing his hand.
You see him cut off his hand.
Oh, that's right. Well, the other thing that's weird about that sword, the old man,
Just cuts through marble with it.
that's
with,
Mickey
like, a flick
from
of the
Rocky.
wrist.
So
It
did
is
you guys
Mickey.
realize
Yeah,
that's
I know.
Mickey? So yeah, he like
That was
grabs the
weird,
sword.
too.
Yeah, it's so hard not to just like he's gonna kill you like that. But he like this old man has the sword, and he just kind of like drops his arm to his like side, like not swinging the sword, like it barely even touches this like marble pillar, and then like it explodes into dust and is cleaved like nothing.
Yeah.
And so Perseus this whole time is using this sword throughout the movie, and it doesn't seem to be very effective at cutting anything other than marble. Like later on he fights like the two-headed dog, and he has to stab each one like 1,000 times before they die.
He's all afraid of that snake that's on the sword while these two soldiers are getting fucking mauled by this two-headed dog. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, there's like they're on their way to go see Medusa, and they have to fight this dog thing first. Yeah, they're just like The dog kills like one person right away.
Yeah.
And then they're just like poking at it.
I think that's like all they could really muster for like the fight choreography. Though.
Yeah.
Like,
what about when he's flying on Pegasus? How shitty that
oh my
looks.
god!
Again, he's looking confused, but now his hair is moving slightly.
It just looks.
Or that vulture.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh. So the main part of the first half of the movie is Perseus is sent to Argos, and he's supposed to find his true calling, and he decides he's gonna plow the princess. That's what his true calling is basically. And so he like creeps up to the castle while it's invisible and like watches this girl sleep, and then this like giant vulture comes out with a cage, and he sees her soul leave her body, get into this cage, and like flies out. So he waits till the next day, and he gets on Pegasus and like follows it out there so he can learn the riddle, because Calibos tells the riddle, and that's where he has to like fight him and stuff. But this vulture is like a helicopter. It can like hover, it can go lateral. Like, it's the worst puppet ever. Like, it doesn't look real at all.
No, it was horrible.
And
It was
and like
pretty bad.
I would forgive the special effects on this movie if it was like from the 50s or 60s, but it wasn't. Like, there was this weird effect even at the beginning of the movie where there's like this bird flying over like mountains and stuff, and it's clearly just like a silhouette that they projected onto like a green screen map that's moving. It's like two projectors, right? And then at the end the bird turns into Poseidon, and it's just this weird like transition where you just see like a bird, and then there's just a man with wings, and then it's just a man.
None of it is natural looking at all.
No.
Honestly, I think it's what kept me engaged, though. Just watching these poor special effects.
Yeah.
And laughing at it. I mean, there are moments that it's funny.
Like the witches, how they just like they're supposed to be the fates that share that eye.
Yeah,
they literally just have like weird flesh-colored flaps hanging over their eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're like,
man.
oh yeah, this is good enough. You get it. We get
Just
it.
the opening scene where he lets the Kraken out, I couldn't get over.
Oh yeah, that Kraken
He's
is
just pasted onto the screen. There.
Well, the other thing that was worse is at least the Kraken being pasted on the screen. You know, it's a model. You know, I'll forgive that. The problem that I had with that scene is like the Kraken is making like tsunamis, right? And you'll just see like people standing there, and then you see the tsunami, like the water going, and obviously they just like did that, and the people just disappear.
Yeah, once the water hit them, they're gone.
They're just gone. Like there's nothing.
I thought also like the Kraken didn't really do a whole lot once it got.
No, he didn't.
Like it just kind of stood
very
up
splashy.
and then got killed.
Yeah.
Well, the owl confused him.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You know what? I feel bad for the guy who had to carry the owl for the whole movie. So like Percy's there's literally a guy, like one of the guys is like on a horse, and he's like got this like wooden like cross thing that the owl's sitting on, and he's like riding with his arm extended the entire time while they're riding. Like he's carrying this solid gold
Why
bird.
doesn't the owl fly?
Why doesn't it fly, or why can't it just perch on the horse? Why does he have to perch on this special thing? Like, that guy must be fucking ripped to be holding that thing for 30 days while they're fucking riding around.
That's true.
It's pretty impressive.
Fucking
When it could
ripped.
fly on its own. Lazy little
dickhead.
bastard.
And then I didn't understand. Maybe you guys got it. Maybe because there's a part when he's talking to the witches, and they tell him to, hey, go kill Medusa and, you know, get her head and everything. And he says, like, they keep saying the blood is poisonous, but it seems like the blood was acidic.
Oh, the Medusa's blood?
The Medusa blood. And they're like, oh, we'll teach you how to use your cape to protect. Like, but how? Like, they didn't do anything. They were just like, oh, your cape will protect you. Your cape can't be burned by the blood. Like, won't be affected by the toxin. And like, I didn't get that. What didn't make sense to me was, they made this like this big thing that the blood was poisonous, but it seems like it was more like acid. And like
maybe they didn't know what acid was.
I guess
It
but
could
like
be both.
whole,
it could still be, you know.
Poisonous acid.
I guess so. That whole Medusa fight was weird. And like the people were dumb and getting stared at and getting turned into stone. And he like sets up, at one point he sets up the shield and she sees her reflection in it. And for some reason I always remembered this movie. Maybe it's a different movie or a video game. Medusa stares at the shield and gets herself turned into stone or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that from something too, but I don't know what.
I also.
I thought that was this, but I was wrong. But she like sees her reflection. It's clearly a shield. She sees his reflection through the shield and everything, and then shoots the shield for some reason. And then he just like stands behind a pillar as she's like moving super slow and like cuts her head off. Like it wasn't even a big thing.
No, it just seemed like more of like a task. Than
right. And then
like an act of heroics.
Later on, Calibos comes back and like stabs the bag with the head in it.
With his claw hand.
With his claw hand. Why did the claw hand not melt? If this is melting the shields and stuff like that. And then like the blood turns into scorpions.
Yeah,
and
that
they're
was
like
cool.
little like dog-sized scorpions, and they made short work of those things.
I like those things.
Yeah, those were cool. And then at the end of basically to get to the end of the movie, like pretty much everybody dies except for him. And he like flies out back to the city, and Andromeda's like hanging on this thing like King Kong.
Yeah.
And the Kraken's there looking all goofy. Like this is a goofy looking Kraken.
It was very goofy.
And he's like going, and the Kraken just like smacks Pegasus, and Pegasus just falls like straight into the water. Somehow Perseus is able to like swim, and he's like right where Andromeda is, and he's like just like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. And then Bebo picks up the bag with the head, brings it to him, and he like shows it, and it wasn't even a big thing. And the Kraken like just, it seems weird that like the bad guys, when they get turned into stone, they just keep turning into stone until they crack and crumble, where like the good guys just turn into stone. I don't get that.
That was weird. And then also like, how come the bad guys don't know to not look at the Medusa head?
I don't know. This movie's dumb.
Like it seems like if I was a Kraken, like the Kraken is
a Titan.
Is a Titan, yeah. They're not like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it would know the powers of the other monsters.
I don't understand really what a Titan is.
Isn't Medusa a Titan also?
Medusa, well, that's the thing that's weird. So it's always been my understanding that Titans were like the precursors to gods, and like the gods had to overthrow it. Like Kronos was like the king of the Titans, who was like Hades and Zeus and like Poseidon's father, and then they overthrew him, and then slowly took on the other Titans. But it also said like Medusa. They explain who Medusa is. Medusa was a priestess at Aphrodite. A priestess of Aphrodite. She banged Poseidon, and like Aphrodite got pissed and transformed her into that. So it's like, so these gods can just make these incredibly powerful monsters that are supposed to be more powerful than gods. That doesn't make sense to me. And like it goes in even further in the next one, and like in the modern one. But yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Like, is a Titan just a really powerful creature, or is it supposed to be more powerful than a god?
I thought the Titans were like, they're like Pokemons.
Just their creatures.
Like,
I don't think so.
Like they could fight them.
Pocket creatures.
I don't know.
That's why it's called Clash of the Titans.
And none of the Titans, none of the Titans actually clashed.
Yeah. Well, they should have. That's what I'm saying. I think this is a better movie. If the Titans, like, let's say we were gods and we each had our Titans that we collected, and then we showed up, and perhaps maybe they were even on playing cards.
Michael Vick makes an appearance.
Oh no!
But all right.
I thought that was the deal. Like that's why I was like, release the Kraken is like that's like my bad one.
Yeah, right. That's the
my,
blue eyes
that's
white
the one
dragon.
That's gonna whip your ass. It's in its final form.
All right, I think we should just talk about the next one. God damn it, Double D! We let you pick an episode, and you did this to us.
I know. I have a bad track record.
Oh, that's only the second one you picked. You did Total Recall for your last one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good. I'd rather have watched that.
Yeah, me too. We should have just done another Total Recall.
You want to just talk about Total Recall?
No, let's talk about the 2010 one.
Perseus,
right,
the son of the king of the gods Zeus, is caught in a war between gods and mortals, in which his family are killed. With nothing left to lose, Perseus gathers a war band to help him conquer the Kraken, Medusa, and Hades, god of the underworld.
Sure.
Written by Tom Daly.
This was
I don't have time
more of a revenge story, I think.
Yeah, this one was weird too. Like a big problem I had with this one is Perseus, while he's supposed to be, a demigod, and I guess he's supposed to be stronger, they don't really say what a demigod is in this universe. Like Hercules is a demigod and he's super strong and everything. They don't say anything like what his powers are, if he has any, or if he's just important. Like he doesn't seem to be much stronger than anybody else.
He's got honestly, a lot of attitude.
He's kind of a dickhead. Like this Perseus is a total dickhead, and he's got no skills like to do this. Like he was a fisherman the whole time. He's like, I don't know how to fight. I don't know how to use a sword. But he's like so confident. He's like, I'm gonna go kill the Kraken. I'm gonna go kill Hades. I'm gonna go kill the witches. I'm gonna go kill Medusa. And they're like, what skills do you have to do this? And Mads tries to like teach him a little bit, and he's like a dickhead to Mads Mikkelsen's character, which I'm really glad he's in this movie because Mads makes everything a little bit gooder.
A little bit. He couldn't do a whole lot for this one.
No. And there's just like there's
Not
no
even
reason
the
for
mighty
him.
Mads motherfucking Mikkelsen.
But there was nothing that Perseus did that would lead me to believe that he was actually capable of doing the things that he did.
No, there was no reason for him to be like able to take these things on. I didn't understand it. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a few things that like I did like about this movie. So in the original one, he had like Zeus had his little action figures of all the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you only saw like a handful of them. And this one, like the beginning of the movie, it's like this like zoom out thing, and you see like the seemingly an endless like tower and just filled with these things. And when the Kraken does come at the end of the movie, you just see like all these like little statues like blowing up as they're dying. So I did like, little touches like that took some of the things from the original and expanded on it.
This Kraken was a lot less silly looking.
This Kraken looked like a god. I was gonna say God of War, but it looks more like a Gears of War monster.
Yeah, that's true.
Like when I saw this movie in 2010, like I saw this in theaters, it looked exactly. I was like, oh, that's like a boss in Gears of War.
That's true. It didn't look too like sea creature like, I guess.
Swamp thingy.
No, like it had tentacles, but
but that was about it.
Double D, what are some highlights of this movie?
Not a lot. Scorpion fight was cool.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I have here that this movie is rated PG-13 for fantasy, action, violence, some frightening images, and brief sensuality.
Where was there sensuality in this movie?
I don't know. It was very brief. I must have missed it.
It was when Io and Perseus looked at each other.
Oh, yeah.
How
Good
is
old
it
Io.
briefly
Longing.
sensual? That's weird.
It was that longing look in his eyes.
It was I know what it is. So, in this one, the gods are more like they are in like the mythology and everything like that. So, this one's a little bit different. They changed some of the characters. Like Calibos is the same guy as the king that was married to Perseus' mom.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, it's a little bit different. So this king, I think his name was, let's see, I wrote it down.
Cresius, I think.
Cresius, yeah. So Cresius decided to go to war with the gods, and like Zeus, to like fuck with him, like transforms into a bird, flies into the castle, and then turns into a Cresius, and then like plows Cresius' wife, and literally like turns and like winks at the camera as like Cresius comes back in and sees him. Like it was like really weird and awkward. But yeah, like Zeus totally banged Cresius' wife as him. And so I think that's the moment of sensuality. But that would be more like, I'd say like, I wouldn't call that sensuality, because sensuality normally in a movie is like a love scene where they're like mutually into it.
Mm-hmm.
And like this was a rape.
Yeah,
totally.
This is not sensual.
No, that was a rape. Like that was some Harvey Weinstein shit.
Ooh.
I mean, why wouldn't he just go in as Zeus?
Just be like, dude, I'm Zeus. You should fuck me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the thing that's in this movie, they actually comment on it that like Zeus, because like Zeus is like made love to people as like animals and stuff like that, like bird, like an owl, an eagle, and stuff like that. Like he in mythology, he like banged people as animals, which is fucking weird.
When he could just go as Zeus.
Right. He's like, I'm Zeus. What's up?
He's hella glowy.
Lightning bolt. Dude, yeah, all the gods in this are glowy. It's kind of weird that they've got some pretty big actors in this movie as gods who are barely like Danny Huston, who plays like Stryker in the X-Men movies. He was in Wonder Woman this year.
Yeah.
He plays Poseidon. He's got like one line in this movie. You have Luke Evans is Apollo. I think he was Apollo.
Yeah, he was Apollo.
And yeah, it was weird. Like you had all these like, and then you had somebody else who's like not a big actor, but he's in a lot of things. Was Hermes, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. The guy who like came and told him like, "Hey, your son's here. Like you've got a son," and like Zeus didn't even know that Perseus was around. Yeah, it was Hermes. Yeah, Hermes tells Zeus about Perseus, asks if he wants to spare him. Zeus says he has heard no prayer. So like Zeus is like a dick about his. He's like, my son's never prayed to me, so fuck him. He could die too, kind of thing. But like Perseus didn't know that Zeus was his father. So I don't know. I think that's a little fucked up for him to be a dick. But this whole movie is like Hades comes up and is like, "Hey, nobody prays to you guys anymore. Everyone thinks you guys are a bunch of clowns and ding dongs.
You're a joke.
Let me fucking unleash my kraken, and they're gonna pray for you guys to save them. And yeah, I'm gonna help you guys out." And Zeus was like, "All right, cool, go fucking do your thing, brother." And it would, the twist is Hades goes and tells everybody, "Hey, they're going to release the Kraken, but if you sacrifice this person and pray to me, I'll stop it." And so basically he starts getting more powerful and all the other gods start getting weaker, and Perseus does have to save the day. And where this one diverges from the original is Perseus doesn't give a shit about Andromeda at all.
Nope.
No.
He just wants to, be bad at the gods.
Well, he just wants to do his own thing. And then at the end of the movie, she's like, "He just saved me. You can totally have me and be the king." And he's like, "I don't want to be a king." And so he goes back to his like life as a fisherman, and Zeus comes back to him and he's like, "Hey, my boy, you could be a god if you want." And he's like, "Nah, I'm good." And he's like, "So you're just gonna be a fisherman?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I can't have you being alone." And he kind of like does like a wink and a nod, and like basically brings a woman back from the dead so his son can like have somebody to fuck. It's pretty fucked up.
What a guy.
What a dad.
What a dad. Bring someone back from the dead. You can bang this dead
Dad.
chick. Oh, it's weird.
This one was like, I don't know.
I enjoyed the action in this one.
I'd say as a whole, I enjoyed the original one more just because it was so like
It was campy.
confounding. Yeah, and campy.
Yeah.
Like it had some charm. Like this was a charmless movie. This remake, I guess. Like
Yep.
The problem with this one is it came out at a time like Avatar came out a year before, which had Sam Worthington in, the guy who plays.
Dude.
Yeah, this movie, like Avatar, looks amazing today. Still, like I know some people hate that movie, some people think it's overrated, but visually it is fantastic. It looks amazing. And then you have this movie that like everything is CG'd and they don't look right. Like the scorpion fight was cool, but they looked like CG scorpions. Like this movie came out too late for them to be using like animatronics and practical effects, and too early for the CG to be seamless. Like in the Marvel movies nowadays, like most of that stuff, like the aliens and the Avengers, look pretty goddamn good, and that was only 2 years later.
Yeah.
So it's just like this movie came out in that period where they were CGing everything, but they weren't quite at that point where it looked real. But this movie also had some stuff where in the last minute they decided to make it 3D, so like they couldn't do everything the way they wanted to. But yeah, I think you're right. That just kind of makes it charmless because nothing looks real, but I don't know.
Nothing like it all just looks bad, but not so bad that it comes back around to enjoyable. Like
Right, and
you
like
can say what you want about the original one, like it looks hokey and fake and stuff, but at least it has like a consistent aesthetic that
right.
like has some value. I liked it.
Right, and then it's like the acting, the main guy in the original one wasn't great, but like the rest of the gods, like you had Maggie Smith, you had Laurence Olivier,
Yeah.
they were good. Like the rest of the movie, I wouldn't say was poorly acted. Like I think overall, like the acting was pretty solid in the original. This one was just weird because it also had like a bunch of people who were gonna blow up shortly after. Like Nicholas Hoult was in this movie. He's the guy who plays what's his name in Mad Max, the war boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nux.
Like Nux is in this, and then you've got Mads Mikkelsen. Like there was a lot of talent in this movie that was wasted.
Sure.
And like some of the fight scenes were cool. I'll agree with Double D. Like I actually did like the Medusa scene in this movie, but it just felt like a God of War wannabe movie. Like they wanted to make a God of War movie, but couldn't get the rights to it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I don't know.
It
not
looked like a video
fun.
game for sure.
I mean, I want to go that bad. There are definitely movies that look worse than this.
I think there's video games that look better than this.
Maybe like games that came out like this year. You're like there were some weird things. Like I did like how this one went darker. Like Greek mythology is pretty dark and gnarly, and like they go into a little bit more detail in this one. Like when they go to Medusa, Io kind of tells them about Medusa and talks about how Poseidon like raped Medusa, and she was like praying to Athena to save her and prevent it, and Athena is like no. So like Athena let Poseidon rape one of her priestesses, which is fucked up, and then it's like sets it up where she can't harm women and all this stuff. Like it was weird, and they talk about how they set it up where no man would ever want to be with Medusa and make her ugly, but realistically that Medusa was actually kind of hot.
I have to agree.
It's like she kind of had a hot face, and like she still.
Keep going.
Go ahead.
Continue.
What?
You continue.
Continue.
I want to see where this goes.
Paint a picture for our listeners, Mike. Like, no, like she was like.
Yeah.
I think they used like Sanadolary or something.
First date? Where do you take them?
Red Lobster, nice seafood dinner, and then never call her again.
Then she's gonna murder you, dude.
Well, if you look at her with sunglasses, is it cool?
No.
I don't think so.
There's got to be
Look at
something.
her. Could you look at like a picture of her?
I think you can look at a picture of her because people were looking at the reflections.
Right?
Yeah, because people were using their swords and their shields to look at her.
Yeah, maybe you just got to get like a camera, like a video camera, helmet.
Oh man, so yeah, that's how you bang Medusa. You get it like a VR headset.
Yeah,
with a camera
and a scope, you know.
Yeah, but anyway, she was kind of hot. That's all I'm saying.
It just would be inconvenient to wear the apparatus.
It's like it's like the mermaid thing, you know. Like people are always like, "Oh, mermaids are hot." Which half do you like, the fish half or the human half?
Yeah,
definitely the fish half.
Definitely the fish half.
But she's got a snake body, and then she's got a bunch of snakes for hair.
Yeah, that's true. You can't kiss her or anything.
I think he was just saying she was a pretty lady.
Yeah,
do all those
I'm just saying
snakes have little minds of their own?
I have no idea.
That seems like it.
Well, in this one, after
so
they
like if she likes you, that doesn't mean all those fucking snakes like you. You could get like 1 million snake bites if you go to kiss her.
It's true. If you go to kiss her.
If you're gonna go get a little kiss, you can get a bunch of snake bites. It's not worth it, dude. No way.
No, man.
Trade off.
No way.
Oh, man. You're doing like, this is gonna go really dirty for a second. But what if you figure out a way for you to have a relationship with her, and like she's like, I'm gonna do something special for your birthday.
No.
And you're getting like a blowjob,
no.
but like the snake like bites your sack or something.
The snakes, all of the other snakes probably bite all on your legs.
Oh man.
No, you don't want that.
No, it's not worth it. All I meant was like her face was still very, very pretty. She's still very pretty.
I thought,
and I'm sure somebody would attempt it.
Well, yes.
Is all I'm
just
saying.
saying it required. I had to think it out to its logical conclusion, and I am of the opinion that one should not pursue
a
relationship, of a sexual nature or any kind, really, with a Medusa. Don't do it. Not worth it. You heard it here.
So, don't do it. So, getting
Just a
back to
bad
the
idea.
movie itself, this movie they only had 10 days to prevent like everything.
Yeah,
which
that's
was
a little
like,
more
instead of 30.
time, you know. There's a
Yeah,
more
it made
clock
it
on their business.
exactly, and they had to do a ton.
What a pain
The
in
other
the
thing-
ass, dude. Like,
yeah,
this movie really seemed like the characters were like really just having to go through a big pain in the ass
yeah,
to not sacrifice that one chick.
yeah.
It's one
like,
chick,
he
dude.
clearly didn't
Like,
care about.
Not worth it.
Well, what's different about this movie is there are a bunch of people who are like, why are we going to sacrifice ourselves for this one woman? And like, there are a bunch of people who try to break into the
They're
the
right.
castle and get her. And there's one guy who goes even crazier, and he's like, oh, Hades is our salvation. We need to pray to Hades, and he needs a blood sacrifice. And he like burns himself, and like people start like injuring and maiming themselves to, appease Hades.
Yeah.
So that was the big plot of this movie, is that Hades is supposed to get stronger.
Was the Kraken gonna eat that lady?
I think he was gonna fuck her.
Oh. Fuck. Ow.
I don't know, dude. I think he's just gonna kill her.
I mean, he was just going towards her with his mouth.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, at this Kraken is fucking huge, like ridiculous. Like, he's got tentacles that are like miles long, and like hundreds, if not thousands, of people still died just by.
Yeah, I thought that
like
was
it's
cool.
an event. Him being here is like he's so big that even though he's not actively trying to destroy the city, just him moving from the ocean is still causing some big waves, and his tentacles is just him walking are still destroying buildings. Like, he's not doing it on purpose. It's just he's a force of nature.
He's just clumsy. Is
Rampage.
It's just clumsy. Maybe a dance class could teach him how to move more gracefully.
What is the
I do have a
Kraken
question
eat?
about Hades.
What was that?
When Hades,
Yeah, go ahead.
when Hades first appeared, when they knocked over the statue, you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Why did he just turn around and then fucking blow up the boat?
I think he sensed something in Perseus. Like, so yeah, he's like, there's all these like winged creatures, like little like demon-looking things, like imps, like
They're
flying
like his,
around,
like,
like killing
minions.
people. And then they combine and turn into Hades, and then he turns into like a meteor and like crashes into a boat that has 3 people. So it's Perseus, his pregnant like stepmother, and his father. And like Perseus like swims to the bottom of the ocean to try to save them.
Good swimmer.
Yeah, it was weird. Like I get this Perseus's motivations more than in the original one, because the original one he's just lost and then decides he wants to like bang a chick that he thinks is hot. Like this one, he's like, my father has been killed. I've been taken away from my homeland. Like, it made a little bit more sense. I just never believed he could actually succeed because he has no skills.
Yeah.
He's demigod.
Yeah, well, and then like even when he goes and like Mads Mikkelsen's character Draco tries to be like, you've got no skills. Let me see what you've got. And he's like, I don't need your help. And he's like, dude, I'm trying to teach you how to live. And tries to sword fight him. And so like he has a few things, and then like Perseus just is all of a sudden like super good.
And then
Like, he's able to defeat him.
There's a god in you.
Yeah, I hope you use it
Yeah, but then Sam Worthington's like, oh, but I'm going to do this as a man.
And the whole time, like in this same movie, they give him like a metallic lightsaber, and they give him like the shield, and the whole time he's just like, I don't want any of these things. And he's just kind of a dick. Like, fucking take your free magic stuff.
Yeah, why doesn't he want the magic stuff?
Hasn't he ever played D&D? You always take the magic stuff.
Take the magic items.
Also, there's like, like hella poor people out there that would kill for those magic items.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
And you got people just trying to give them to you, and you don't want them?
You know what? Yeah.
I don't
the other
like
thing
it.
that was stupid about this movie is, so, like, those hunters are like, oh, we'll go with you. Like, we're the only ones who know how to kill all these different, like, magical beasts. And so, like, they partner up with, I think they were called the Djinn. It's like these weird, like, rock people.
They're like the weirdos, yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, at the end of the movie, they're, like, riding scorpions in the city. Like, I don't feel like that city would just let them come in with their giant
Dude,
scorpions.
what are you going to do about it, though? Like,
That's true.
What the fuck are you going to do about it?
Well, you know,
if
like,
I
a
came
group
right
of, like,
into
6
your house
guys can
on a
kill 3 of them.
scorpion, what would you do about it?
Well, there's a difference if you came to my house on a scorpion versus if you're going to like one of the biggest cities with an army. Like 4 or 5 guys, or like at least less than a dozen dudes, killed 3 of these guys.
I'm a bad enough dude to get on a scorpion. You don't want anything to do with me.
I guess, but still, you would think like the army would be like, because the thing is like 12, like less than a dozen guys killed 3 of those things.
Yeah, no, I know.
So it's
I'm
not like
just
they're
saying,
not killable.
It's intimidating.
It is intimidating, but he's just like walking around and like, hey,
If
Perseus.
you were just walking around on the street and you saw some guy ride a scorpion up on you, I don't think you'd be hanging around.
No, probably not.
Be like, damn, dude, tight scorpion.
You know who else was in this movie? Sir Davos.
Yeah,
from,
Yeah.
Oh, the Hound is in this movie too.
Really?
Yeah, the Hound is like just a faceless like soldier dude. He's the first one that gets killed by Calibos when Calibos shows up. Like he just like whips him and like he's dead. Like he just like grabs him and throws him. And he's dead. But yeah, the Hound was in this movie. Sir Davos was in this movie. Yeah. some Game of Thrones
Mads
dudes.
Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen's death was kind of cool, but I felt like
Well, he just smirked at fucking Medusa.
at the Medusa. Well,
You know?
he gets shot immediately when they like Medusa's like firing like these giant silver arrows that like can go through pillars and stuff. Shoots him and he like rips it out, and then he like jumps on a pillar with knives and like starts like like around the pillar so it breaks. And like it falls and like pins her tail down for like a minute.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was weird.
You know what?
This
I
Medusa
didn't
stayed
notice-
alive forever after her head cut off.
Oh,
got
yeah.
cut off.
She did good. She was a tough.
But what
Medusa.
did you notice, Dustin?
I noticed there weren't a whole lot of Greek people in either of these movies,
No, it was British
or
people.
they didn't sound Greek either.
Well, that's the thing about these kind of movies is you look at Lord of the Rings or any fantasy movie, like they don't take place on Earth, but we're just like, oh, fantasy. They're
Well,
English.
This takes place like a lot of it, I think, in Greece.
Greece. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's a fantasy movie. But for Americans, if you just do an accent that's not American, like Sam Worthington is Australian, and he just used his normal voice. As long as it's not an English accent, Americans will just be like, oh yeah, it's totally a fantasy movie. It's fine.
It's all Greek.
Like if
to
you
me,
look at Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast takes place in France, and everyone's British in it,
except the candle guy.
except for Lumiere. It doesn't make any sense. Like you go and look at the, I think Cinderella is supposed to be in France too, like that Ever After movie with Drew Barrymore. They're all British in that movie. None of them have French accents, and they're supposed to be in France. Like in a movie, it doesn't matter as long as you're not doing an American accent. You're whatever you say you are.
You're everywhere else.
Yep. I do have to say Sam Worthington does better in movies like this where he can just use his accent, because like in Avatar his accent came through a bunch. In Terminator it came through a bunch. Like basically every movie he's in, he can't maintain his American accent or whatever accent he's doing. He's not very good, and he was given a lot of opportunities.
It's not very good.
Like, he got so many opportunities. He got Avatar, he got this, which they did a sequel to. He had Terminator, and then he did a couple other movies like Man on Ledge or whatever. And it's just like, we don't need Sam Worthington. Go away.
Yeah, they keep putting him in stuff.
And he's not very good. I met him actually not too long
Did you
ago at
tell
work.
him that he's not very good?
No, I didn't. He's not very tall. He's kind of short.
Did you say, Sam Worthington, you're not very good and you're not very tall?
And you've had way too many opportunities. You need to leave.
You're
You
such a
fucking
disappointment.
Lingerer. Lingerer.
So wait, that's
Linger,
that's
man.
not what you told Sam Worthington to his face.
No, I like pointed him to like what he needed, and he like walked away. His like girlfriend was pretty hot though.
You should have
Did
just.
she look
you
like
should've-
Medusa?
You should have told his girlfriend that he's not very good and he's not very tall.
Hey Sam Worthington, do you mind if I talk to your girl?
Is it cool if I talk to y'all's chicks?
Oh man.
Actually, I don't really have a problem with Sam Worthington.
I
But I mean,
don't,
you're the one that
he's-
met him, so I never met him.
Yeah, he was fine. He was nice. He was a nice guy.
He wasn't very tall though.
He wasn't very tall though. I don't feel like he's a Greek demigod.
How
dude.
tall was he?
He wasn't much taller than me. Only maybe like an inch or two taller than
really?
me. He's definitely less than 6 feet.
Interesting. Yeah, there's no way he's holding his own against like all these bad guys.
No, man.
Nah,
You know-
man.
Ralph Fiennes was Hades, and he was barely in this movie,
Yeah,
and he was weird. He did like the same like Voldemort voice.
yeah, he did. He really did.
Hades,
It was so lame.
worship me,
Why was he like
fuck you,
that?
Zeus. I don't know, because he's been fucking in hell, breathing in smoke his entire fucking existence.
That's why.
He's got asthma.
Sam Worthington is 5'10".
Oh,
Yeah, so he's like less than an inch taller than me. Fucking little bitch.
whoa!
I'm just kidding.
You gotta
Sam
throw
Worthington.
down-
Sorry, Sam.
Throw down with
If you're listening
Sam
to this,
Worthington.
I'm just kidding.
You really
You're
had
plenty
nothing
tall.
nice to say about Sam Worthington.
You're
He
fine.
said his girlfriend was hot.
Or his wife. It could be his wife. It could be his wife.
All of the
Whoever
stuff you had a chance
your
to
female
say it to his face. but
your female companion.
Now you're using your
What's the
podcast.
Oh, man.
Big man hiding behind his podcast on the internet.
You're gonna get an email from Sam Worthington. Like, meet me in the parking lot somewhere. Yep, he'll show you what a demigod is. He's gonna do it as a man, though. He's gonna do it as a man.
All right, I think. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about in this movie?
No.
I think all the guys who died fighting Medusa deserved it.
Some of the costumes
they all just
were
like
cool.
The costumes
Mads
were fine.
Died.
Mads motherfucking Mikkelsen.
Mm-hmm.
He died fighting Medusa.
Yeah,
You think he deserved it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He got shot like a bitch, and then he looked right at her
And smirked.
and smirked.
He liked what he saw. I think he was like you, dude. I think
He's like, oh, damn it, she could get it.
no.
Starts doing some Punisher grunts.
Oh, man. Just getting primal.
Oh, man. They actually had Bebo in this movie, and he's like, what's this thing? And he, like, throws it, like, leave it. That was dumb.
Yeah.
Why even bother? Bebo's, like, the coolest part of the original. I remember Bebo. They should have kept Bebo in this movie.
It's actually Bubo.
No, it's Bebo.
It's
Is it Bubo?
B-U-B-O.
Oh, Bubo. Whatever. Fuck it. It's 2 B syllables. I don't care. Close enough.
They should have given him his own movie.
Bubo?
The Adventures of Bubo.
Yeah. It was pretty cool when Hades came and like made Andromeda's mom like super old in like an instant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. I'm fine with that. I like how Io's like cursed with eternal youth, and everyone's like, "That's not that bad." Like everyone's just like completely was like, "Nah, you're fine. Quit being a bitch." Like she was just like, "I've seen everybody I love die."
Shut
again
up.
and again, and they're like, "Shut up! You're fucking smoking hot.
Yeah,
Get over
you're
it."
Gemma Arterton. You get to be you forever.
Yeah, I mean, I think Perseus made the right call. I think she's the better love interest than Andromeda, at least in this movie. Yeah, she's pretty. I like her.
Yep.
She's good. I'm fine with it.
She's good, and she hasn't had enough opportunities. And one time I saw her, and she's pretty tall.
She is tall. Oh man, she was a Bond. Wasn't she in one of the Bond movies briefly?
I don't know, man.
And then she was in that Hansel and Gretel movie with Jeremy Renner.
She was in Prince of Persia.
Oh, that's right. She was in that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal playing the prince from Persia.
The Prince of Persia.
Gemma is 5'7".
She's only 5'7"? Huh.
That's what it says.
Huh.
Good job. Good for her.
Huh.
She's just as tall as she needs to be. Not like that Sam Worthington.
5'10". If you ain't 6 foot, you can't be my action hero. Get the fuck out. You fucking limp noodle.
You limp noodle.
Go back to Australia,
Straight
bitch.
up calling out Sam Worthington for no reason other than David wanted you to watch this movie.
He's angry at him now.
Go make your 4 fucking Avatar movies, then go back to the abyss.
He's got
bitch.
a bunch of them coming, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I know. Fucking
Two of them
thanks,
are
James
filming
Cameron.
already?
You know what? Fuck you, James Cameron, for putting Sam Worthington on us, man. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. I love you, James Cameron. You keep doing you, bro.
We should do more morning podcasts.
I wonder what James.
Mike gets angrier.
What James Cameron sees in him.
I don't know, man. You put him in Avatar, he's like, he'll look good as a blue cat, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I feel like we shouldn't even publish the rest of the podcast. We should just do the last 10 minutes.
The blue cat man.
All right. I think we're done. Do you guys think this movie needed to be made?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I think it needed to be updated, but I don't think this was the one.
This wasn't the remake we needed or deserved.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I think the story's interesting, and I do think that they took it more serious and they put some darker elements. It just, I think it was either too, or like it was milquetoast. It was too bland. It was too middle of the road. Like there was nothing stand out about it. Like you had Liam fucking Neeson in this movie, and even he was just kind of like, he seemed like he was phoning it in. It seemed like everyone was just phoning it in.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't move much.
No,
He released.
he was in that really tight, shiny armor. Like even that line, the "release the Kraken," like wasn't that cool? I feel like he could have made that cooler.
It could have been. It was a wasted opportunity.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck Liam Neeson too.
How tall is he? How tall is
He's like
Liam?
6'4", dude. I'm not gonna fuck with him.
Also, actually, no. Like his wife died and stuff. No, Liam's okay.
Liam Neeson's cool. I actually love Liam Neeson.
You're okay.
Love Actually, he's great in Love Actually. He's great in Taken. The first Taken, the other two weren't so good. You know, Optimus Prime, the way he walks was based off Liam Neeson in the movies.
The way Optimus Prime walks
is based off Liam Neeson's walk.
Does he? I didn't know he had such a interesting walk.
Yeah, he does, man. Look at it. He walks interestingly.
Why? How does he walk?
Because he's 6'4".
I don't know. That's just some like trivia thing I read like a long time ago, and it came to my head just now. But it's true.
I mean, okay. I just don't know what's special about Liam's walk.
Just watch him walk, and you'll be like,
I don't.
watch
He's
Optimus
not
Prime
here,
walk,
dude.
okay? Watch him move.
So
all right,
Liam,
Sam
can you come
Worthington,
out here and
Liam
walk
Neeson,
around a little bit?
and the actress that played
Liam,
do the runway walk
Liam's
for me.
not in my house right now, so I don't know how he walks.
All right. I think we're done. Thank you guys for listening to Remake Rewind. You can check out everything that's Remake Rewind related on MDXpods.com. You can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at MDXpods. We're also on Patreon.com/MDXpods if you want to throw a couple dollars our way. Other than that, that's it. Thank you for listening, and check out our other podcast, Ruin My Childhood. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.